What's up? What's up? What's up, my mind your money business people? It's me yet again with another video. Yes, in the same day. I'm eating my dinner. It is 5 p.m. my time, and a friend of mine, sent me something that I wanted to share with you guys that I think is pretty good. It just came out a few days ago, and it's the same thing that my uncle, my mentor through the internet, my internet mentor, Dave Ramsey, he talks about. So if you recognize these 7 signs, you're more financially successful than the average person. And we know the average people or person in the United States is living paycheck to paycheck. And a lot of you think that you're better than average. And I will confirm that you are. But you're living an average and sometimes below average life. Where you might have been a person that was a straight A student that graduated high school with a 4.0 GPA. But you're living an average or below average life. And it has nothing to do with how educated you are, right? You just have to make some changes. So let's get into what the article says. It says everyone wants to be financially successful, but how do you know if you've really made it? Financial success isn't just about having a high income. That is true. It's about adopting the right mindset and habits that allow wealth to grow over time. Not tomorrow, not next year, not just microwavable success that's on Instagram and social media, over time. People who are financially successful tend to make deliberate choices, practice discipline, and approach money with a long-term perspective. Those people that are rich, the Jeff Bezos, the Bill Gates, the Warren Buffett, people that a lot of people, younger people, don't know, they've established and created their billions of dollars over time, right? Now, are there some younger people that are making millions of dollars? Yeah, they're young. The test will be, can they maintain it and keep it and grow it? And hopefully they will. I think that they will. Okay. So if you recognize these 7 signs, you're likely doing things that set you apart from the average person when it comes to achieving financial success. Number 1, you're a saver, not a spender. You're a saver, not a spender. That's right. I like the sound of that. Save, people. Financial success isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how much you save. The key to growing wealth is to spend less than you earn and to save and invest. The difference. That's what Uncle Dave teaches. That's what Uncle Dave teaches. And my boy Rev Mike. Get on board, people. You're saving, not a spender. This is a habit that is common among financially successful people. If you can proudly say that you're a saver, which I am, and not a spender, then you're already on the right track. You understand the importance of delayed gratification. Dave talks about this all the time. You don't need that new car right now at 23. Save your money. Delayed gratification. I would rather have all of my needs met financially, have that financial part not be an issue when I'm in my 60s and 70s and having to think about going back to work. When that's when you're living in you understand what I'm saying. So you understand the importance of delayed gratification, and you prioritize long-term financial stability over short-term pleasures. Why spend your good years where you don't need as much sleep, where you can work even harder? Why spend that for these short-term, pleasures? Because when you're spending a lot of money for these short-term pleasures that you're not getting a good return on, you're not getting any type of return on that type of investment because you're just spending the money, right? When you get older, that's when you're going to start thinking about what you should have done, what you could have done. And the ones that are listening to this videos are the ones that are not going to let that happen, who are going to fix that problem right now. You're going to stop being a spender and become a saver. So you don't see money as a means to an end, indulgent lifestyle, but rather as a tool for securing your future. So you know how to budget and you stick to it. I started listening to Dave Ramsey August of 2018. I became debt free. April of 2021, I still follow my budget. I went out today. No, I didn't spend any money. Well, I bought a paddleboard. You can't see it. But it's back there. That's the only thing I bought last year for myself. Oh no, I went on a couple of trips. I flew first class. So I did do a little something. But I budgeted for that. And I was still able to save money, and I still invested. I was able to stick to my budget. So when you do spend, it's usually on things that would add value in the long term. That's why I dollar cost average into the stock market. I invest more money than I save physically in the bank because I'm thinking long term. The more money I'm able to invest and the more interest I make on that money, the better it will be for me in the future. I'm taking that risk. You take risks when you invest. Nothing, that's the world we live in. So number two is it, baby. You're debt free. I always say in my videos, lower your debt to income ratio, people. That debt keeps you in bondage. Debt keeps you a slave. It keeps you a slave. You're forever indebted to that person, place, or thing that you owe money to. That Visa, MasterCard, that bank, that title company, whatever. And if you don't pay them their money, you ruin your relationships with those people. You ruin your credit. And it hinders you from moving forward. So one of the biggest hurdles to financial success is debt. It's like a dark cloud that hangs over your head, casting a shadow on your financial freedom. As long as you're putting money into a depreciating asset or debt, credit cards, you're not going to be able to invest your money into assets that appreciate. And you'll be able to plan properly for the long term, for the future. That's right. I'm completely debt free. And it changes everything, people. My life has been totally changed. I went from thinking that I was so far behind for whatever reason to now I see I am so much further ahead than the average person. To me, I'm still average, right? But I was very hard on myself. I'm still very hard on myself. And for some strange reason, I just thought that I was playing catch up. And now it's like the veil is starting to come down. No, I'm doing pretty good. But I'm still staying and remaining humble. And I'm also sharing information with you guys so that you too can do what I have done and what I am currently doing. And you probably can exceed me. And you probably will exceed what I've done. I have no student loans. I have no credit cards. I have no mortgages. I have no personal loans. Every month now, like I said, a big chunk of my money goes into the stock market. And I do that with a plan, a budget. I live still to this day below my means because I am thinking about the future. I'm thinking about when I'm 70, in my 70s, what am I going to be doing? How am I going to be living my life? You know? I was talking to someone yesterday that's 71 years old and he's still working, and he says he loves it. And I told him, keep working. And the issue he was having was people within an organization telling him he needed to retire. He needed to move out of the way to let someone else move in. Check this out. So he did retire from that position, and they still haven't found anyone to replace him. They will eventually. They will. I do believe that they will. But he came back to work, but in a different capacity, where he's still helping out that organization, and he loves it. And he says he will continue to do it until he feels the need to slow down. But he's in a good place. He doesn't need to work. He wants to work. You should want to work. You should want to have options. You work because you want to work, not because you have to, or not because you need to. That's how I want to live, and that's what I told him. I want to be exactly like him later in life. But if you make the decision to get out of debt, it's tough, but it's worth every freaking penny and the sacrifice that you're about to make to get out of debt. And it might have taken you 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60 years to get into all that debt. But if you create a plan, it may only take you 5, 10 years to get out of debt. Which is a good thing. So the third thing is you have a solid emergency fund, because life is going to keep lifing. Accidents are going to happen, things are going to break, layoffs may happen, and you need to have a cushion. And when you live below your means, when you're debt free, you can easily create an emergency fund for you and your family. So, did you know that nearly 40% of Americans would struggle to come up with a $400 emergency? That's where having an emergency plan, an emergency fund comes into play. Like I got a bill, like I took my car in for service, and they told me that I need to order a blower for my AC because I heard some noise in it, but then the noise stopped. But then something told me, have the car checked. So I had the car checked. It was $130. I took $130 out of my account. Well, not out of my account, out of my safe. And I took the car, dropped it off to the dealership. I walked around. I've been walking around all day, people. Like, I made that video this morning. 2 hours later, I dropped my car off. Then I was walking from the dealership back home because it's like a 30, 40-minute walk. And then I stopped, got a smoothie. Then I walked to the beach. Then I walked to my favorite resort. Then I took some pictures. I called some people. Then I walked to a ramen place, but they didn't have the vegan noodles, so I left there. Where did I eat? I ate at a Mexican restaurant. By that time, I was done. Then it was 1 o'clock. Either way, here nor there. Like, something came up with my car. So when I just picked my car up, $2,000. I was like, they're going to get this $2,000. They're going to fix my AC blower. Because I'm not buying another car. Because while I was at the Volvo dealership, it's Ford and Volvo cars. I looked at a Bronco. That Bronco was $74,000. I saw the price and I walked away. Then I walked up to this truck. It was called a Raptor. I don't know if it's Ford Raptor, but it was a Raptor. It was a nice truck. $77,000. Now, $2,000 you're about to get from me to fix my problem, right? So this isn't a regular savings account. Your emergency fund is not a regular savings account. This is money you don't touch. It's for emergencies, right? But a financial safety net designed to cover unexpected expenses, like my $2,000 car expense that I just found out about, right? So that's what this money is for. So like, even in the article, it says like car repairs and medical bills, and even to tide you over if you lose your job. So if you got at least 3 to 6 months, I have at least a year or two, maybe three. Yeah, right. If you have at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses stashed away in a liquid account, that means you have physical access to that money. You're well ahead of the curve, and you're so far ahead of the average person. Like it says, 40% of Americans struggle to come up with $400 to cover an emergency. And that comes from Fortune.com, right? That talks about turbulence ahead. Nearly 4 in 10 Americans lack enough money to cover a $400 emergency. Fed survey said. So the Federal Reserve is tracking how we as Americans spend money. That's why these reports come out, the consumer report, the job report. They keep track of this stuff. They know how the average person lives. When I read this information, I'm not reading you information, based on what I think. Because my perspective of things is very limited. I don't have access to most Americans. I don't put out surveys, but the Federal Reserve does. And this is the number they came up with. Right? The fourth thing that shows that you're way ahead is you're investing for the future. I will say this. When I was in school, and I don't know if they're doing this now, no one was talking about the future. They were talking about just the now, and either you're a good student or a bad student. Either you're going to college or you're not. Of course, that's not for the teachers to do, not necessarily for the counselors to do, because there's so many students, right? You can't put that much time and energy into every child. That's why we as parents have to mold our children into the right form. We need to, get them ready for the real world. There are a lot of parents that are sending their kids off to college, not realizing the debt that their kids are accruing. But they're thinking because their kid's smart, they're going to figure it out. And if they are accruing any debt, it's not that big of a deal, right? Until that kid comes back home to live with them. And 20 years later, it's still there. I mean, because it's not. Normally I don't edit my videos. Dang, it's on this phone. I was in the local grocery store just now because I bought these French fries. I just wanted some French fries. That's another thing. I bought these bags of French fries for $6.29. But if I go across the street to the Hard Rock Cafe, or if I go to any of the restaurants along the street, I will get an order of French fries for $7.50. But I just bought a bag of fries for $6.29 that I can get several servings out of. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking, right? A bag of chips. It was cheddar, Doritos, whatever. $10.29 for a bag of chips. Prices are going up, people. So you have to learn how to invest in your future to beat inflation. Inflation causes the prices of everything to go up. To borrow money is going to be more expensive. To purchase a home, to finance your business, to buy food, gas. So, financially successful people understand that the key to growing wealth is not just about saving, but also investing. If you're regularly contributing to a retirement fund, investing in the stock market, real estate, and other investment vehicles, you're definitely on the path to financial success. So if you are contributing to your 401k, keep it up. Try to get to that 15%, keep it up. If you become debt-free, well, when you become debt-free, not if, but when you become debt-free, you can set up other financial vehicles to also invest in. You can buy an IRA for you and your spouse. If you have a business, you can create a separate IRA. If you have more money, because you're limited to how much you can put into an IRA, you can open a brokerage account, or either you seek financial advice, go through a financial advisor and have them invest your additional money, for you, because that's what Dave Ramsey instructs you to do. Once you hit baby step 7, where you're debt free, you can live like no one else and give like no one else. I actually give more money. I gave, I went through my Cash App. Either way, you can do what you want to do with your money, right? Because money is there for us to use it and tell it where to go, not figuring out where it went every week and every month because you don't have enough of it. So, you understand that the sooner you start investing, the longer your money has to grow. That's why we have to catch our kids at an early age and start informing them of this. Because I would say this, because this was not something that was told to me at home. Once I left home and people started telling me about it, I didn't quite understand it. And anything that I didn't understand, I didn't pay much attention to. So even when I was being told at the age of 19, 20, by people much older than me, but I had never heard of this before. So I didn't do what they were suggesting that I do at the time. And now I understand. So a lot of this needs to start in the home. Start talking to your kids now. So you tell them. We can't force them, but as long as you tell them, right? So investing means you're not just thinking about now. You're thinking about the future. It shows that you're financially disciplined and savvy enough to make your money work for you. Hey, you want to go out? No. Why? No, it's not in my budget. That's why. Oh, you suck. Okay, well, I'll suck. Well, you go ahead and party. And then you're going to be calling me in 3 months asking me to borrow money. Right? You know people like that, right? It happens all the time. Okay, number 5. You're not living paycheck. When you have your stuff together, you're not living paycheck to paycheck. There was a time, in the article it said, there was a time when this person's bank account hit 0 before the end of the month. They were always waiting on the next paycheck so they could cover their bills and expenses. It was very stressful for this individual, and it left no room for them to save and invest. So that's why people get frustrated when they hear people talk about saving and investing, because they can't, because they are living paycheck to paycheck. Start looking at what you're spending your money on. That's why a budget is very important. Start looking at your expenses. I was covering full coverage on a car that was freaking 11 years old. I'm like, I don't need why am I paying all this money for full coverage? So I changed my freaking plan. Why am I paying all this money for these subscriptions? When I don't even watch. You can't even watch all those channels. So let me get rid of Hulu. Let me get rid of Disney Plus. Let me get rid of Hulu. I have Netflix. I have Amazon. That's enough. You know what I mean? So start looking at, are you paying for gym membership that you're not even attending because you go for walks? So stop that gym membership. Stop. If you're not going, stop paying for it. If you're not using it as often, or if you're working so hard you barely watch television, stop paying for all of these subscriptions. Pull back, people. But things are different now, this person says. Over time, they've learned to budget effectively, controlling their spending and increasing their income streams. That's another thing. You're not going to be able to invest and save if you're only making a little bit of money. You're going to have to figure out a way to make more money. You can make more money on the side. There are so many ways in America that you can make extra money. You can be an Uber driver, you can deliver pizza, you can get a part-time job. That's why I say stop spending. It's not a good idea to spend your early years chasing these short-term things that are not good for you. You can spend those younger years working harder, learning more information, so you can move up in that corporation or that job. Or if that job isn't working, finding a better paying job, taking more chances and risks when you're younger, right? So now this individual, because they're budgeting, they control their spending, their income has increased, they no longer live paycheck to paycheck. And I will say the same for me. So now this individual have enough of money left over each month to save, like I do, to invest, like I do and enjoy some of life's pleasures like I do. Like I just started flying business in first class because I can budget for it. Right? That's just one thing. It's not to show off, but I can do it. Right? So can you. So will you. So do you. Right? So if you've broken free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle too, it's a sure sign of financial success. You're doing good, people. You're doing very good. The sixth thing, you have multiple streams of income, which is good. It's not just that W-2 jobs for some of us. Some people have just one job and they're living paycheck to paycheck, or they're not living paycheck to paycheck. They're doing good off of that one job. But some, not all, but some have multiple streams of income. So relying on a single income can be risky though, because say you lose that job, then you have no other monies coming in, right? So what happens if the income dries up unexpectedly? Like they lay you off, they're trimming down because they're trying to save money, or they're implementing AI, which can replace physical bodies, and they let you go. So I'm just giving you something to think about. Think of other ways to make some money. So financially successful people, which is true, mitigate this risk by diversifying their income sources. I would say, maybe I've been just guided spiritually because I had no idea what I was doing. I'm just now realizing that, I'm okay. When I was in the military, I would buy a place. I remember my first place I bought, I was 25, 26. I bought a condo. I remember when I was talking about selling it, the real estate lady came over. She said, you may not want to sell it because you've only had it for a couple of years. And if you try to sell it, because condos, their values in Colorado at the time doesn't go up that high. It's a lot slower and you may end up owing money. You may want to rent it. And I said, rent? She said, yeah, you can rent. I can easily rent this place. I said, okay. I trusted her input. Again, I talked to the professional, and the professional gave me a suggestion. I agreed. I had to move out of that place early. She found a renter who wanted to move in, like a couple of weeks after I put it on the market for rent. And I rented that place out for 12 years, I think. Yeah, 12 years. Consistently. I didn't sell it until 2018, 2019, something like that. Either way, here nor there. I bought a house there. I bought a house in Washington State when I was stationed there. Then I inherited a home, from a family member. So yeah. So I had rental income, but I was still paying on the homes. So I didn't know too much about finances and how to look at it. But either way, I did have that. Then I retired from the military. I'm telling you, being in the military was rough. It was it was rough. But I appreciate the struggle and the journey now, because I really appreciate that paycheck that comes in on the first. I appreciate the benefits that I still have from the discipline I had to stick with it and to deal with the BS and the hardships and the war zones that I was placed in, and I survived. I'm reaping the benefits, right? And I have multiple streams of income coming. I have rental income. I have my business of photography and video income. I have my retirement, my military retirement income. So some people have side businesses, rental income, dividends from investments, or even a part-time job. That there are some people that are living off of their dividends. Like I'm looking into dividends. Well, I don't know when I'm going to invest in them, but there are companies that pay dividends. And say people that have been investing money into the stock market for like 40, 50 years, and say they're maybe, 70 years old now. They may be collecting Social Security. They may only take the dividend payments from their stock. I remember this one guy who told me about a stock, and he said he wanted to get enough money in there so he can get $15,000 every 3 months in dividend payments. I didn't even know that was even possible because some stocks companies only pay out dividends every quarter. Then there are some companies that pay out dividends monthly. It just depends. But that is possible. Dividends. So let's just say you or your parents for you or you for your kids, created stocks in their names or for them or portfolios for them when they were kids. And then they continued on, with that plan into adulthood. They too can experience the same. So, in a sense, you're not only boosting your earnings potential, but also securing yourself against financial setbacks. They didn't teach me this in school. What this article is talking about is something they don't teach us. But it's okay. I'm not mad at them. The last thing, and then I'm out of here. You're financially literate. You can't save, invest, and have anything that you don't understand. That's why I say my money to me doesn't control me. I control it. Money is a child. I'm the adult. I'm the parent. I tell you where to go. I tell you if you're going to go anywhere or if you're going to stay here. I tell her what to do. So financial success isn't just about the amount of money you have. It's about understanding how to manage and grow your money. It's like raising your kids. You want to know how to teach them properly so they can grow up, in a good way and live a good and abundant life. Being financially savvy. So if you're well versed in topics like budgeting, which a lot of people aren't, right? It seems harder than what it is, and I understand it. It's okay. You will learn it, you will understand it, and you will become well versed in it. Investing is not hard. I thought it was. I thought investing was for smart people. I thought investing was for rich people. But no. If I worked at Walmart, I can invest. There are people that are working at Walmart that invest. There are people that work at McDonald's that are investing. So it doesn't matter, right? They understand taxes. I too understand taxes, right? My CPA helps me understand taxes. If you listen to the Dave Ramsey podcast, he will tell you, if you go to his website, you can find financial advisors, tax experts that agree with his way of doing things. He has a list. You can go on his website. You can type in the city and state that you live in, and you can find people that agree with Dave's, reasoning and his teachings. And when you can talk to those individuals about your taxes, right? So again, if you're well versed in things like budgeting, investing, taxes, and insurance, people have insurance. I've talked about in videos where I've seen this month, late last month, people who had someone close to them or family members die, and they were creating GoFundMe, putting out Cash App information, for people to send to help bury their loved ones. Don't be that person. When you're financially literate, when you have control over your finances, when you're way above and not doing what the average person is doing, you will have life insurance. Dave suggests, if you're a working person and you have a family, you need to have life insurance that's 10 times your income. Because if you pass away, you want to ensure that your family is going to be taken care of. Right? So, because it shows that you have the knowledge to make informed financial decisions. And when you transition, your family is not going to be on social media requesting handouts from other people to bury you. Right? It's unfortunate. It's happening, and it's unfortunate, but things will get better for you that are watching this video, who are going to start putting things in place, or you that are watching this video who understand, who agree, and who already have these things in place. So this is a powerful tool that can help you build and maintain wealth over the long term. It's less you have to worry about. You get to a point where you can cancel your life insurance. Right? Let's say you're at baby step 7, you have no debt, you have millions of dollars in the stock market, you have, $500,000 in real estate, you have, $300,000 in the bank. Why you may not need to pay $100 a month for life insurance when you have millions in stocks, you have a paid off home, you have money in the bank, couple of $1,000s to bury you. The money is there. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. So being financially literate is perhaps the most critical sign of financial success. It's the foundation upon which all other financial achievements are built. So that means educating. We always talk about how knowledge is power. What knowledge? Knowing a lot about science and history isn't going to create this thing here that I'm talking about. Knowing about, knowing other people's business isn't going to create financial success. These things are talking about the signs that you're successful. You're more successful than the average person. Because like the article said, 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency. And that's not a good thing. And that's something that I know that you're trying to fix. I know that is something that would not be your problem. That is something that, just not a part of who you are as a person. So, and if it is currently, it's something that you've been thinking about fixing, and now that you're looking at this video and you're hearing the things that I say, you're going to start working on it. So, the ultimate measure of financial peace. Financial success isn't about wealth or luxury. It's about achieving financial peace. You don't have to have millions. You may just want enough. What is your number? That's why, again, when you mind your business and you're not comparing yourself to other people, what is enough for you? What is enough for you may not be enough for someone else. Or what is enough for you may be less than for someone else. What is enough for you? And the only way that you're going to figure that out is when you start creating a budget, start creating a plan for yourself and seeing what you can achieve. And then if you want more, then you need to implement things that will get you more legally, right? The confidence of being debt-free, prepared for emergencies, and in control of your finances. That's what brings about financial peace. That's why I am talking so vibrantly like the way that I am, because this is where I'm at. Have I always been there? No. I just started talking about this stuff. Right? I just started posting videos on YouTube. And all I'm simply doing is sharing my ideas and thoughts about what I did and what I am doing to get to where I'm at and to go even further. Right? So it's about building savings, investing wisely, and growing your knowledge. If you don't have to believe anything that I say. Do your own research. Turn the TV off, get off of the internet, because you need to understand the more distracted you are, the less you're going to put in the time needed to improve your situation. Because like I keep saying, the answer is you, right? So true success lies in knowing you can face challenges and still strive. Financial success is a journey, not a destination. Meaning you're taking responsibility. You're not putting the responsibility in your pastor, into your children, into the politician. You're taking the responsibility over your financial situation and your life. And you're implementing the things that need to be done to get you there. And if they pass some bill or some law, and it adds a few more dollars in your pocket, hey, appreciate it, and you're going to keep it moving. And then also you can start doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. Sharing the information, sharing the knowledge. You don't have to keep giving people. Stop fishing for people and giving them the food. Show them how to fish so they can take care of themselves. Because there's nothing like a person, every parent wants their kid to be independent and be able to take care of themselves. They don't want to continue to take care of a 50-year-old. when they're in their 60s, well, when they're in their 70s. You know, you want that child of yours to be able to take care of themselves, but in order to do so, you have to be able to take care of yourself, because you can't tell someone to do something that you're not doing. So reflect on your habits and attitudes rather than comparing yourself to others. The article just said that. That's why I say mind your business, mind your money business, count your money, tell your money where to go, become debt free with your money, earn more money, get out of debt, live below your means with your money, mind your money business. Stop comparing yourself to other people, because you really don't know them. Unless those individuals show you their bank account and show you their investment, don't believe everything that you see on the internet. I can post a picture where I'm smiling, but I don't take pictures of when I'm sad. Nobody wants to see that. And why would I? You know, people go through things, but we only show most people only show the good times, and they show themselves living this high life, you know, and that may not be the truth. And you're comparing yourself to people, and you're trying to do what they're doing, and you wonder why you don't have anything. Maybe you're trying to be like someone who doesn't have anything at all. So God is giving you what you asked for. Oh, you want to be like them? What you don't know is that they don't have anything either. So that's why you don't have nothing. That's what I choose to believe. So ultimately, it's not about the amount you have, but the peace of mind that defines your financial well-being. That's it. I talk a lot. I can't help it, you know. But it is what it is. Hopefully you got something out of that. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think, people. If you think anything at all, geez. Thinking is a powerful thing if you think the right way. And become less distracted, people. A distracted mind is a mind that's all over the place. That's why you can't focus. That's why you can't go to sleep, because you're distracted, because you're paying attention to the wrong thing, because you keep minding other people's business. You keep counting other people's money. You're not minding your business. You're not investing. You're not saving. You're not earning more money, but you're mad at the people that do. And then you're mad at the other people that won't pass laws and bills that, you know, will give you more money. But that's here nor there. All right, so I'm out of here. Peace. Have a blessed day.